What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to the Data Analyst with Leicester on FM22. Today we have Lazio in the Europa League second knockout round. We were able to skip the first knockout round because we won our group. So for that, we got Lazio. We could have gotten a much easier draw, but I'll take it. In terms of how things are going, it's not great. Everything's burning down and I'm in hell, so not ideal. But look at the schedule. We start off. This played three games, two games in between, three games. So last we saw was Chelsea with the 2-1 loss, where we were better, yet they won. We then played Crystal Palace. We were better, yet they won 2-1. This is one of the most ridiculous games I've ever seen. They were 20th, by the way. They were last in the Premier League. They played a 4-4-2 diamond. I played a 5-3-2 in response, and we destroyed them. 24 shots to 8. 10 shots on target to 4. 2 XG to 1. And we lost 2-1. I've got 67% possession to 33%. So on top of that, we had all the ball. We had all the chances. We had all the chances on target. We just couldn't score anything. Because Daka sucks. Vardy's inconsistent as hell. I've got a graph. That's why I love the data hub. There is something in the data hub that I'm going to show you that will point out exactly why we're struggling. So after that, though, we had Burnley, and we actually played well. 4-0 win. So, like I said, I don't understand this team. It wasn't the FA Cup, so, I'd prefer a 4-0 win in the Premier League. They played a 4-4-2, obviously. We played the same thing we played against them last time, the 5-1-1-3 DM, and it worked again. So, I think we have Burnley figured out. We know how to play Burnley. Everyone else is where we have our problems, because we then went up against Newcastle, who also aren't good, and we lost 2-1. They played a 4-2-3-1. We played a 4-1-2-3, or 4-3-3, whatever you want to call it. And we just couldn't win. This game at least was even. They were actually a slightly better team. A lot of that XG, they had 1.4 or 1.3 XG, and then I went and put everyone forward, including one of the center backs. Wingbacks went to complete wingback as wingback in the wingback position. So I had one center back and two really attacking wingbacks, and so they got a really good chance in front of goal. Missed it, but they had a really good chance. So that kind of bumped up their XG more than it really was. But a very even match. More even than it should be, considering they suck. But a very even match, and of course we lose it because we are just terrible in front of goal. If you look at the data hub, look at our general performance. This right here is why we suck. 1.8 expected goals per game, 1.57 actual goals per game. We score 0.06 more than the average, but we're expected to score 1.8 more than the average, or 0.41 more than the average. Yeah, 0.41 more. So we're not scoring nearly half a goal a game that we should be. Our finishing is awful. Our finishing is just absolutely. If we go to attacking, just look at the amount of dribbles, look at the amount of shots, and look at the actual goals. We are doing everything but taking the ball, putting it in the net. Everything else we got. So defensively, we're doing okay. Conceded per game is pretty decent. Expected goals against is pretty decent. I don't like that we're conceding more than expected, but so defensively, we're not been that great either. But we've been better than we have been attacking. So yeah, it's just not great. We're just not doing anything in front of goal. We are the most average scoring team the world has ever seen. We actually have, that's the problem. If you look here, we're decently high quality shooting. The third highest quality shooting team in the league. But goals per game is average. Creating amazing chances. I feel like I'm doing everything I can. I'm giving them the third most chances in the league. And they're squandering every single one of them. I feel like this is a player thing at this point. It's not an indictment on what we're doing tactically. It's a quality issue. We just don't have the quality in front of goal to actually score goals because Jamie Vardy is not good. He has a lot of goals, but he had a really good run where he scored in every single game. For the past 3 months, he's been terrible. He has decent average rating for some reason, 7.36, because he gets a random goal every now and then, and it puts his. He never has a bad game. I'll say that. Jamie Vardy is never under a 6.7, but he's always a 6.7. That's why we suck. That's why we're losing. But now we have to beat Lazio, so that's going to be fun. If you look at what they want to do, they're playing a 4-3-1-2. Advanced forward, pressing forward. Attacking midfielder. Their playmakers playing in the midfield is Luis Alberto, who's really good, so we definitely need to get him out of the match. Milinkovic-Savic, another really good player, so we need to kind of focus on him as well. I've done a little bit of thinking about this. I'm going to go with 3 at the back because they have 2 strikers. I'm going to do a 3-4-3. So I'm going to have 2 central midfielders to deal with both Alberto and Milinkovic-Savic, and I will do Lucas Leiva do whatever the hell he wants. Just do you, Lucas Leiva, do you. I'm focused on these guys. Attacking midfielder, I don't know who you are. Do yourself too. I got a center back to help. They've got 3 attackers. We got 3 center backs. We should be fine there. Midfield, don't care about Lucas. So we'll have that, but we'll also have the overlaps on the wings. So we'll be able to give their fullbacks some problems. So I think that's the best way to go. I think if I went and tried to control the midfield, I'm just going to lose because I have 5 at the back. I can't put as many midfielders on the pitch as they can. So don't focus on the midfield. Focus on the wings. So we're going 5 at the back. Wrong with this, but we're having 2 central midfielders. So something like this. Definitely inside forwards and probably inside forwards. Yeah, definitely inside forwards. With what we have, I don't think inverted winger is a good idea. I mean, Patch and Dak has not been good either. Neither has Iheanacho. So Jamie Vardy gets it by default, I guess. Edwards has actually been really good, so he's going to start. James Madison's been pretty bad recently, actually. 6.58 in his last 5. Going to start Harvey Barnes. Tielemans has been okay. He had a decent run, but he's been very average since. But he's still going to get the start there. I guess Ndidi. He's never... Okay, sometimes he is terrible. He's not consistently terrible. He's just usually terrible. So that's something. Pereira right back. I mean, it's just average all throughout. Luke Thomas is injured. How long until he's coming back? Returning to full training tomorrow, so he'll be fine. We got 5 days until the match. Wide center backs. I think we can I think we can get them forward. We'll at least support. I might support on both. Maybe attacking down this side since we have the more supportive wing back. Attacking down the left, supportive down the right. I think that makes sense. Who do they have as a striker? Who are their strikers? Pedro. So they're playing Pedro as a striker. I mean, he's got 14 finishing. He's ridiculously fast for how old he is. 34 years old. Still 13 pace, 15 acceleration. Don't feel like Pedro's that fast anymore. Who is this? Angel Romero. Again, not very tall, so we don't have to worry about height. So we definitely want to go with pacier, more technically gifted center backs. Saying that, I'm probably still going to put Johnny Evans, who's not pacey, but he's more technically gifted, so I'll put him in the middle. Right wing back is going to be Fofana. Left wing back, I guess Soyuncu. I thought about James Justin, but I might just go Soyuncu. How good's Fofana been? Really good. 7.9 is... Yeah, our defenders are doing okay. It's just our attack is awful. Schmeichel's not been great either, though, so he's not a whole lot of praise on him. I actually want to look at something. Go to the data hub. Go to the team. I want to see... Or no, players. I want to see players. Goalkeepers. He's slightly above average. Doesn't have to make many saves. Doesn't make many more than he should. Extremely average. It's like literally the average for the expected goals prevented. But his save percentage is decent. I mean, low 80s, high 70s. That's average. That's pretty average. So he's a very average goalkeeper. Yeah, I think this is what I want the first 11 to be. I don't think there's any other change. Everyone should be fit by then. I mean, some of these players are tired, but we got 5 days. So they should be fine in 5 days. What about instructions? Probably don't want to start on positive for one. Start on balanced. Let's look at some of their data. Analyst report. I mean, this is typically useless. I mean, 4-3 DM was what they're worst against. It's also what they're best with. So interesting. They've used it a lot. They're just not using it today. So I might have to switch to a 4-3-3 if I can. If I think we can get something out of the match. We're not doing well with the five at the back. It looks like they're a pretty average team in Serie A. A little bit above average. Shooting. Let's see how the shooting is. Uh, Decently good. Passing. Wow. They are a very good passing team. A lot of passes and extremely accurate. The best passing team in the league. So again, I think I might do less pressing because we're just wasting our time. They're playing short, simple passes. That's going to get through the press. So stand off a little bit, play the passing lines, or yeah, passing lanes, whatever we want to call it. Play the passing lanes. Let's look at movement. They're pretty good. Dribbles and possession loss. They're in a pretty good spot. They lose possession one of the least in the league. So again, I definitely think that says uh, less press. Maybe don't get stuck in. In fact, they don't lose it so much. Like I feel like we're kind of wasting our time. But tackling, really freak. They've got all the analytics. All right. So seeing that, I'm not going to run a defense. I'm going to play a high tempo though. See if I can kind of get them out of their game, force them to play on our terms. Because it looks like they like to play a low tempo game. So try to raise the tempo. Try to like I said, get them to play on our terms. Still going to play out of defense, work the ball in the box, and do low crosses. Still going to play a little bit wider. I'm going to play standard actually. I'm going to play standard in this game. Should be center backs, counter press. Do I want to counter press? Probably want to regroup because, like I said, pressing is pointless. All I'm doing is putting myself out of position by pressing because they're just going to pass around me. So there's no reason to counter press. I do want to counter though, and I'm going to press standard. Uh, do I prevent short goalkeeper distribution? Probably not. I mean, maybe actually. I usually don't like to do it with smaller strikers because they're probably going to lose the header. But I feel like this makes sense today because they like to play so many short, simple passes. They'll play it around us from the back. They're playing out of defense. They're good at it. So make them kick it long. I'm not going to get stuck in though, but I'm not going to stay on feet. I'm just going to do standard. Force opposition. Outside probably. They're having narrow formation, so I definitely want to force them outside. And anything with the lines. Their strikers are pretty decently fast, so I'm gonna play a tick deeper. They're not good in the air, so I don't really worry about them in the box with crosses coming in. Maybe they can beat our players for pace and get on some low crosses, but I'm not gonna have to worry too much about floated crosses in. I think this is the tactic I'm gonna go with. Yeah. All right. See you in 5 days for the game. All right, we're ready to play Lazio. This is the formation we're going to go with. I made one small change. Their playmakers on the left-hand side of midfield. So I moved Ndidi, the box-to-box, over to that side, and I will tell him next match only to mark, not the player, the position, mid, center, left. So he'll mark the playmaker. Now he's Tielemans with a lot to do, and I put him on center mid support instead of playmaker or anything because they have three central midfielders. I feel like they're going to stop anything through the middle from us, so I'm considering even focusing on the flanks or looking for overlaps. I am actually going to look for the overlap. I'm not going to play specifically down the flanks, but I'll definitely look for overlap. I think that makes a lot of sense. Try to beat them down the wings. I feel like I'll wait to do this until I get in the game, but I'll definitely consider focusing down the flanks. So we'll see, but this is what I'm going to go with. These are the players I'm going to go with. Got the 12-man bench. So a couple players, Mendy, one of the players that got injured. So he's got injured between the games. He's out 10 days to 3 weeks. That's fine. We got plenty of midfielders. Chowdhury's an extra midfielder we have on the bench. So we have plenty of midfielders. Let's get at it. All right, lads. Media have given you a lot of credit lately. So go out there and put on a worthy display. Defenders, I trust you to make the difference. Make me proud. Wilfred and Ndidi, I trust you to make the difference. Make me proud, son. Let's go. You come to this one having struggled a little of late whilst your opponents are riding the crest of a wave. Do you anticipate another bad day at the office then? Our bad luck has to end somewhere. I'm very hopeful it'll be today. Where does James Madison go from here? Has he made the decision to leave him out after one poor performance too many? He'll be fine. He might even be back in the team for the next match. That's how football works. How much has your recent poor run of form influenced your decision to change things up tactically today? I mean, we need to do something if we're going to turn things around, and that responsibility falls on me. I, Saying that, I feel like I've been doing a pretty decent job, and it's been my players letting me down. But I'm never just going to say that in public. Just up here. Just up here. 3 losses in our last 5, only 2 wins. Not great. I did do a team meeting before this. It did not go well. I basically told them that I know last game we didn't do well, but we know who we are and we can be better. And they're like, we are awful. We know who we are. We are the sucky team. I was like, well, whatever. Whatever you want. Whatever you think. Whatever. Everyone was upset. It was kind of unfortunate, especially before this big match. So, looks like Lazio are going to go on the first attack. Are we on slower? It feels slow, no? Okay, I guess that's right. Just felt a little slow. We're good. Marcus Edwards, after the interception, he's been so good for us. Did I do the man marking? I don't think I did. No, I did. I did the man marking, right? It's not there. Pretty sure I did it. Has it always done this? And I've just never checked? Did it not save it or something? I don't know. Marcus Edwards. I think that's 1-0. Pretty sure that's going to be 1-0. Ref, I'll give you a tenner. I guess a tenner wasn't enough. Maybe I had to slip him. Oh, he's definitely in the way of the goalkeeper there. He dove into him. I can understand that one. I understand that one being disallowed. That makes a little sense. So, not been too much so far, though. 3 shots to 2. They have 0.1 XG. We have 0.4. They've had more possession, but a very even half. And neither team is doing much. Looks like it might go into halftime 0-0. We had a ball in the back of the net, but it was disallowed. That's the only thing that happened in the entire first half. That's the end of it. 1 half over. Time to get in the second half. Come on, lads. Our shooting has not been good enough. That needs to improve. Ricardo, Johnny, you weren't that bad, but I believe you can still improve. I have faith in you. Let's get at it. We need a better second half. Let's go, boys. In the 53rd minute, we get our first highlight of the second half. It's going to be a Marcus Edwards ball into Wilfred Ndidi, and he heads it just over. That might have been our best chance of the game so far, other than the one that went in the back of the net, of course, but that was pretty good too. We've had a better start to the second half as well. If we look at some of the match stats, I mean, we have 7 shots. They don't have a single shot the second half. We have 7. I'm going to encourage the team. We're doing okay. We just need to find the breakthrough. I know we struggle to score, but we kind of need to score right now. If we're going to have any chance of actually winning the game, we kind of need to score. They have finally had a couple shots, but nothing significant. Not even a shot on target this half. Kind of makes subs. 80th minute. Barnes is going to come off for Madison. I think that's a move that makes a lot of sense. Dak is going to come on for Vardy. Vardy's just not good enough. Tielemans, of course, is not great. Johnny Evans has had a shocker, but I don't think bringing on a center back, I mean, it can stop them from scoring, but I'm kind of more interested in us scoring. So I think to do that, I'm going to have to... I don't think taking off your early Tielemans is the answer, though. Maybe Luke Thomas. He's not played well. He's motivated, though. But taking off Pereira. James Justin come in. See if he can show me something. Let's do it. Make those subs. Got 10 minutes. Boys have 10 minutes to make a difference. Getting ready to demand more, but we have a highlight. Only the second highlight of the second half, I believe. Even though we've had a bunch of shots, that's not very good for us. I mean, that's indicative of us having good chance, or not necessarily having good chances, but not doing well with the chances we're given. Because we've had like 10 shots this half. Not enough have been significant for a highlight. Hopefully we can do better this time around. Thomas down the left-hand side. I kept you on for a reason. You're motivated. Show me some trust. Show me some trust? Show me why I should trust you, basically, really is what I'm trying to say. Indeed, just give the ball away. We try to play out of defense, and it's not working. Andre Anderson, never heard of him. And that's a goal. So was that like their third shot of the half? First shot on target of the half? And they're beating us. Sounds about right. Berate. Attacking. More expressive. Don't play out of defense because that really screwed us right there. Go a little bit wider. Counter press. Take long kicks. Time to push the line up. Not going to use an offside trap. Time to press them. Get stuck in. Have to get physical now, boys. You're losing again because you can't take any of the chances you're given. So, I mean, I feel like our defense has to hate our forwards. Like, literally despise them. 11 shots, 6 on target, and they've done nothing. And then, like, the defense can't hold out all game long. Eventually, someone else is going to have to do something. And no one else is doing anything. We can't win games if we can't score goals. And we cannot score goals. I don't know what to do. Do I go 3 strikers every single game just so we have a better probability that one of them can be competent? Unacceptable. We should have won that match based on the chances created. And really, there's no excuse for not doing so. You have no excuses. Johnny, I'm not happy with your performance tonight. Considering the recent run of bad results, do you think there could be a problem with morale in the squad? We need to do something to get our way. Anything. We need something to go our way. Anything. And the mood will lift considerably. They're working so hard without reward right now. They just can't score anything. That is our problem. I said it was going to be our problem coming into today, and it was our problem on display. We could not score goals. We have like 6 goals in the last 5, 6, 7 games. That's not good enough. You need to score more than a goal a game if you're going to win football matches, because other teams can score. So frustrating. Like, I feel like I'm setting them up, like handing them goals on a silver platter, and they're like, nah, mate, that's fine. We don't need goals. We got a good defense. They'll do the job. Not every match. They can't hold out every single match they play. Look at this. I mean, don't even count this Burnley match. It was an FA Cup. League or Champions League? 1-0. 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Like, unless it's Burnley, we're scoring 0 or 1 goals 95% of the time. And it's been a problem all season. We've just kind of gotten a little bit lucky with some of the results. Some 1-1s, some 2-1s, a couple 1-0s in there. But our defense is trying. They just don't. There's nothing they can do. It's like, okay, you're not going to get this reference, but the Kansas City Chiefs, the the American football team, in the first half of the season, their defense was one of the worst in the league has ever seen. Like, it was just horrific. The offense was doing well, but the defense was awful. And so we were losing games because our defense couldn't stop anyone. Our offense was still scoring points, but defense wasn't stopping them enough. And that's the opposite for this team. Like, the offense, absolute garbage. The defense is doing pretty well, but it can't hold out every single match. They can only do so much, especially when the offense puts them in bad positions. Giving away the ball, quick goal kicks that, really put the defenders in bad positions. Just everything not going their way. Do I come back for the second round? I mean, I guess I'll come back for the second leg. See if maybe try something different. Maybe I don't think I can go 5 at the back anymore. With how bad our forwards are, I think I need to throw as many bodies forward as physically possible. So we're going to try something different next time against Lazio. We'll see if it works. But that's going to be the end of this episode. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.